Yo, what's up? It's Jay Dennis, and I'm back with another demo explanation. Hope y'all enjoyed We're Made. The next song is Suppressing Serenity. This is another song that was starting to be written in 2011. Again, the chorus and the outro. Not so much some of the verses, yeah. The song was written pretty much right after my band split. So it's got a very similar meaning to We're Made, where I'm kind of calling out those that don't live life to the fullest and how I'm kind of building myself up. This song's a little more aggressive, though, especially towards the end. This song is in drop D. The way it was written at the end of 2011 is different than how it came out when I released it the summer of 2012. This song, I believe, came out in June or July of 2012. I used a different audio engineer. Same deal. I recorded the guitars, recorded the bass. Funny enough, he didn't have a 4-string bass either, just like in We're Made. He had a 5-string bass. So I had to leave the bottom string alone and just play on the top 4 and drop D. And the rest, the other song, on the guitar parts in drop D also. So very happy, a lot of harmonics, very metalcore driven riffs. I think there were only certain parts of the song that I kind of wanted to showcase my guitar skills. For the verses, I kind of wanted to showcase more of my vocals. So I wrote something a little simpler, dun 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 dun. But instead of harmonizing them, I grouped the harmonic chords together. So I did the harmonic chords and just double track them. I didn't go single notes and didn't double track them on harmonies, but in this song, my clean vocals start to become a little more confident. I'm singing a little more loud. The projection's coming out a little more clear. But D is a semi-comfortable key for me to sing in, but as you'll hear from Raptor Riot, I like to go down a half step to C sharp. That's kind of like my comfort area. Same thing with like A sharp and like just those tunings. Like that's why some people, singers over time, they'll drop the tuning, it'll drop the pitch so that as their vocals get tired over time, they can keep up with it. So, lyrically, there was always something greater, something more to life. Holding back all these motions, stopped all of our progress. I can't help you, you won't help me. Would you just stand and walk away? Pretty literal shit. Like I can't be the only one putting effort into this friendship kind of thing. We're going through a fight. Someday soon we'll talk about the times we shared. And our memories so sweet. And again, it sounds romantic, but it can be about friendship. It is about friendship. Who can sleep at night with so much confusion? I've composed nightmares from a subconscious so real. Some of the stuff I kind of wrote just to sound heavy, especially like the lower vocal parts. But yeah, it's just about friends that I just wasn't quite understanding. And again, these are things that I wrote years ago. Things are cool now. I wasn't totally in the right or totally in the wrong either. Hindsight's 20/20, right? The breakdowns, like the chugs, the breakdowns that are faster with like guitar melodies on top of them, they work. They're coupled with the vocals very well. Very influenced again by like some metalcore and post-hardcore, some of the heavier Asking Alexandria stuff. Asking Alexandria in hindsight was kind of like a trendy joke band, but they had some heavy sounding shit that was pretty fun to listen to back then. So I mean, of course, that was going to have some influence on my writing. We tried everything. This was the only way. I can't hold back everything I wanted to say. I was really big on like rhyming the last words and like matching the cadence of the rhythm as I screamed. Like it worked. So this is a 5.5 minute song, I think. Originally this song was written to be like 3.5, but I don't know, man. I wanted a clean intro that led into something heavy. The first verse, not the intro, but the first verse used to be clean sang. And I was just like, you know what, this sounds weak. So I went back and made it heavy. I did the screams. And it actually ended up working a lot better. So I would say the high point of the song, you know, is the bridge and the guitar solo. I remember recording the guitar solo, the harmonies, the lower end guitar solo. Like, you know, the audio engineer was pretty damn impressed with it. Like that's one of the things that kind of kept me going. Was I didn't mention this in the intro video, like that introduces the series, but a big thing that I've learned the past few years is to take criticism and praise all the same. Now, if I hear praise, I'm going to be a little excited. I'm going to be like, oh, cool, thanks. I'm going to express some gratitude. But I'm not dependent on it. I don't need praise to keep going. And I don't hold on to grudges or criticism. And I don't take criticism from people that aren't qualified to give it to me. And I express the same sentiment to you watching. There's a high chance that most people that criticize you aren't qualified to criticize you. So it's a little bit of a equality thing going on here. But back then, the idea that the right people were supporting me and complimenting me and telling me what a great guitarist and what a good upcoming vocalist I was kind of just kept me going. Like, the right people were supporting me. It wasn't about having 500 people blindly liking me. It was about, you know, having just like, it's like with friends. Would you rather have 100 half-assed friends, or would you rather have like 5 really close friends? Something like that. But with We're Made and with Suppressing Serenity, I was really big on the outro breakdowns with like the heavy vocals, you know, the whole there's nothing you can say, nothing you can do. That was written back in 2011 with that breakdown. A lot of the stuff you're going to hear with these demos has been reimagined one way or another. Cycle of Music, these are demos. These aren't completed tracks. Although We're Made, Suppressing Serenity, and maybe a few others were worth sharing. These were on my SoundCloud for a while. I don't think SoundCloud's a thing anymore. So there's a very select few of you that have probably already heard all this stuff at one point or another. But I'm putting it on YouTube. It's a legacy. Like this whole decade has just been like my 20s and just been like a lot of fun. And this was a very important part of it. It like led up to like where I'm at right now, which, you know, happiness isn't a destination. It's a mindset, and it's making the best of your circumstances. And I can't just completely ignore everything I did back early on in the decade. So that's why I'm releasing these things. And I don't want to suppress my serenity, man. The song title, yeah, it's literally what it was. It was about people holding back their happiness and how I don't want to fucking do that. How I want to be happy. I'm not going to let you take away my happiness. You don't have that power. And if you're watching this, think of somebody like that who feels like they have your happiness in their hands, like they got you by the balls, and they think they can just hold on to them. And you reclaim your happiness and they release. And then your balls aren't blue anymore. So, very heavy metalcore song. The clean vocals come out a little bit stronger. I'm starting to get a little more confident. One last note on the vocals. Earlier this decade, later part of last decade, it became popular to do the everyone! Like they would like, kind of like half talk into a scream. They kind of like whine. That's something that I liked. You would hear it like in Attack Attack and parts of Asking Alexandria and a few other bands. Won't steal your... Like it's like it goes from a scream to like a whine, like a inflection. that was pretty popular back then, and it kind of stuck with me, and it actually ended up in some of the songs. And I remember my old bandmates didn't much care for that, and I was just like, I like it. I'm gonna do it. I mean, once I did my own solo thing and had my own thing, I could do whatever I wanted. So, enjoy the song, Suppressing Serenity. It's very heavy. It's a happy song. It's meant to be an empowering song. And it's just kind of meant to just be cathartic. Like, just get that negative shit out of your life. Quit suppressing your happiness and reclaim it, man.